Greetings, everyone. How you all doing? Let's see if it's running. Yada yada. Yeah, it's running. So, Stargods here. Still wearing the glasses. Yes. I need a miracle walker. I need a miracle walker. Yeah, Moses. Anyways, this is another one of my spontaneous outbursts. I I've been getting a lot of good compliments about this mic. Santa was pretty good to me. I was going to fire Santa if this mic didn't stand up to everybody's approval. I mean, gee, kind of cheap junk you're pushing on me, boy. And, push him against the wall. Ho, 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 ho. Okay, yeah, okay. I confess I had a coffee, so I'm a little bit wired. Woohee! So a little bit hyper wired. That's what coffee does to me. So hopefully this mic is still good. Capiche. So yeah, I was gonna do this video for my Patreon, but my Patreon it took a while to get set up, but I think I got it done. I think my Patreon is working good now. So I'm going to be doing a lot deeper stuff and putting it on Patreon because if you put it on YouTube, they might get kind of antsy about it and start kicking me around and we don't like it. It's too deep because they don't want people. Well, I was gonna say educated, but my stuff ain't that educationable, or is that a word? No, but I want people to think. I want to spark them. And what I'm about to talk about is directly linked. Doctor, downers. I need a downer, doctor. Oh, thank you, Bones. So this video is going to relate to that. So I want to talk about. Okay, there's a lot of strange people in this world, right? No, but there's a certain class of people that I have finally categorized. Some people call them hybrids, and some people call them aliens, and some people call them this and that. I tend to lump them all together and just say they're the walking dead among us. And they don't function like us, and they're different, and I call them the walking dead. More of a generic term, eh? Um, they, I like what Jesus says about them. Jesus says, let the dead bury their dead. In other words, don't have anything to do with them. Just be away from them. Get out of here. Hey, the power of Christ compels, and all this. Um, yeah, oh yeah, I've been kind of getting bugged to calm down. I gotta calm down. What's that? So yeah, I want to talk about these people, the Walking Dead. They're not like us. They're empty. They're a lot like psychopaths. Now, there's a fine line between them and psychopaths, or maybe they're all psychopaths, but psychopaths aren't that common. But I don't know. You'll have to research and decide for yourself. Just one sec here. Oh man, I love the power of the pause button, eh? Uh, so I get these. See, every time I start up something like a video, when I start to do things, start happening all over and distracting me and all that. So, anyways, they're Walking Dead. They have no sense of adventure. They have no. Uh, they have no connection to just living, just by being a human. It's almost like Mork and Mindy. They don't seem to really. They're really kind of stupid. Remember Mork? He was an alien, so he didn't know things. Like she would say something like, Oh, did you hear about Mr. Ferguson? No, no, Nanu, Nanu, what's that? Oh, he kicked the bucket yesterday. Kicked the bucket? What are you doing? I'm looking for a bucket. I'm going to kick the bucket. They don't understand, human phraseologies or idioms or anything like that because they're not human. And these people, I don't know. They're either psychopathic or they're not human, or maybe both. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't had any breakthrough in my observations so far, but I do notice that they're very dull. They're very dull, uninspired people that just you can't really talk to about anything because they're not really interested. Now, there's a lot of depressed people. They don't want to talk about anything because it doesn't relate to them because of their condition, which is totally normal, absolutely normal. Why should you be involved in a world that just craps on you? A high grade pig shite. There you go, pal. Like they're, there's a lot of depressed people in the world, and they think, "What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me?" There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. You're acting in a completely normal way to an insane world, to be caught in an insane world. Of course, you're going to cry. Of course, you're going to be depressed. Of course, you're going to not be interested in things. But I'm talking about those who walk among us who kind of just, they're not really there. When you have a conversation with them, they're blank, they're empty, and they're dull, and nothing really challenges them to think. They don't think, they just function. They have no interest in living. They just want to exist. And that's the trap we're all in now with this new world happening. I mean, this is going to be on YouTube. Yeah, see, this is why I wanted to put it on not on bitch, on okay, have a mental collapse now, okay? Who am I? Where am I? Who are you? That's why, like, Patreon. I always have problems remembering that word, Patreon. I can say things, and but I can't on YouTube. So you're gonna see me catching my words, going. So, anyways, they don't think, and they're not. They're boring people. They're boring people, and they're a lot like psychopaths. They talk about like psychopaths. You ask them a question, you don't get a direct answer. You get this roundabout philosophical statement that is over detailed. And that's what you get with the WDs too, the Walking Dead among us. Is they tend to just over explain things. And that's what psychopaths. So I am not sure if there is a difference, or if there is a difference, it's a very fine line, is what I'm saying. You go, hey, what's your favorite band? Oh, I don't listen to music. Oh, you don't listen to music? Oh, well, if it's, if I'm washing dishes and I'm scrubbing and then I hear a song on the radio I kind of like, I go, I kind of like that song, but I don't want to listen to this song. You get this blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, no, continue. Go on. Um, I Yeah, and then you ask, oh, what's your favorite movie? Oh, I don't go to movies. Well, you watch them on TV. Oh no, I don't watch TV. No. And you just kind of go like, what's wrong with this person? Or books. You say, hey, what's your favorite book? What's your favorite author? Who's your favorite author? I should say. Um, oh, I don't read. I don't read. I don't go there. I don't read. And then you get a big long philosophical thing. That's the thing with like you ask a serial killer, uh, do you murder people? Then they switch it all around. They control the narrative, right? And then they switch it around. They say, Oh, well, what do you mean by murder? What about all the soldiers that went to war and fought in World War II? Would they be considered murderers? They just start screwing with your head. I tend to find that the WDs are more laid back. They're less interested in explaining things, but then when they do explain things, it's over detailed, and you go, yeah, that's what time is it? um, they're dead. I love that when that's like I say, Jesus, let the dead bury their dead. Just you don't need these people in your life. You go on about something really major you discovered. You were listening to an interview and all that, and blah 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 blah, and they don't really listen and they don't really care and they don't show any compassion towards you at all. I remember one fellow. I said, "Oh man," and he said, "Hey, how's it going?" I went, "Oh man, yesterday I had the biggest, baddest headache." Oh, that reminds me. I got to get to the store. I need to pick up some bananas. They just, or I had one guy tell me, you know what his reply was? Oh, boo hoo. Yeah. Love you, man. They're not compassionate people. They don't really have a soul. They're not really connected to the human experience. And they're very dull and unimaginative people, and they have no sense of adventure or anything. They're really kind of, I guess, you'd say soulless. Um, and you don't need these people around you, and you don't need them. They're just, and they'll always argue with you. You go, oh look, it's a sunny day. No, it's not, huh? They'll argue and they'll come up with the stupidest. They make up these lame answers that you just really want to strangle them because like stupid crap. You go, hey, look at that car. That's a cool blue. No, it's not. What do you mean? Oh no, 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 no. A lot of people think it's blue, but it's actually it's 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 changed in the sunlight, and you don't really and they'll get along this big long story. You don't actually see it because the sun is refracting in this paint job, and then you go, well, where did you get that from? And then they'll lie about how they read it on the internet or something, or blah blah blah. Do you know these people? This is where I really like to get feedback because you people help me to observe clearer and more sharper. Um, so do you know people like that? Can you confirm and say, yeah, oh, yeah, 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 yeah? Because they're very dull, they're not connected to the human experience. They seem really dumb at times, like they just don't really know a whole lot, and they don't understand your emotions that well, and they ask stupid questions, and like you know, yeah, yeah, some you'll talk to one of them and hey, how's it going? Oh, not too good. My dog got hit by a car yesterday. I'm really depressed about it. Why are you depressed? Go get another dog. They're just disconnected, almost to a point of psychopathy. So I am wondering, give me your opinion. I don't mind your opinions. Um, there's a very fine line, if there is a line at all, between them, the WDs, and the psychopaths. And the actual personality trait of a demon is psychopathy. Okay? And these WDs and possessed people, they can possess, demons can possess WDs very easily because there's no resistance. There's nothing. There's no wall. And that's when demons can move in. And we can all be possessed. Even I can be possessed temporarily with demons. Um, but if you're at a higher spiritual level, they can only get in there for maybe a fraction of a second or something, or maybe put a thought in your head or whatever. But if you're on a lower level of spirituality, putting out very low frequency, it's their ticket in, eh? It's their ticket, and then they can really infest and really infect. It's like a it's like you get a gash on your arm, and it's going to heal because you eat properly, you exercise, and all that's going to heal properly. But if you're kind of a white trailer trash, and there's a lot of garbage around, are you? You're against people living in trailers? Well, I live in a trailer, so what can I say? So they live in a trailer, you get it, and they're getting dirt and garbage, and it's going to get infested, eh? Because there's no resistance. The resistance has been overthrown by the germs. You know what I mean? So, yeah, some people are really kind of. Why do you just. You're so wired, so hyper? Because I'm Italian! Are you a racist? Can't say it on YouTube. um, so these people are very lame and shallow, and their personalities are like cardboard, and they just come against everything you have to say. And this is why the world is getting more and more filled with these WDs. This is why there's no resistance in society. That's why they can steal an election and never have to go to jail or prison or even court. You know, this is why they can do whatever they want with the Jim Jones vaccination plan, because nobody's going to say anything. Nobody, because I think about 90% of the people are WDs, and they're in every family. Now you count up how many in your family are WDs, and you go, well, that's a big chunk. But let the dead bury their dead. You don't need to be with them. You don't need to entertain them and try and be their friend or them. It's impossible. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And you get WDs, they don't seem to have a real solid opinion or passion, or they just kind of, oh yeah, oh yeah, whatever. Oh man, did you see in the U.S. there were, the big dam it fell apart and thousands were killed? Oh, yeah, yeah. They don't care. They don't care. You might as well get empathy from a rock, you know. Uh, they're vacant. They're not connected to the human experience, and they ask really bizarre questions. Like I say, like Mork and Mindy, they don't connect things, and they ask stupid questions, and you can always get a new dog. Like, oh, okay, I'm not depressed anymore. Yes! Wow, they are just unbelievable. Oh, my voice went right up, probably overloaded the mic. So I'm glad to hear that the mic's working, okay? Because, I had Santa up against the wall, and I said, I want a microphone. And he said, oh. And I said, what are you, the Green Giant? I really want to get into deeper stuff, and I'm going to put all my deeper stuff on Patreon. I'm going to start right after today. I got to come up with some deeper subjects. See, this one is, I don't know if YouTube is going to like this one, but if it's on Patreon, if I put this on Patreon, I wouldn't have to worry about it, would I? No. And when it's on Patreon, you don't have to worry about people coming after you with torches and pitchforks and we ride tonight. You know what I mean? If you have an opinion nowadays, you're a Frankenstein. Get him! Get him! You know. Um, but see, our world is filling up so fast with WDs. I think they're all soulless. I think they're all programs. You can call them NPCs, and that would be a good description, or you can call them hybrid. But as I say, I like the generic term WD. And I don't know what to say more about it. Maybe I'll make this a short video so I don't have to have it uploading all day long. Um, because, well, that's a big explanation. Then I'm over detailing. So you got to distance yourself away from these people. These people, they're not compassionate. They have no empathy or love for others. Everything is about themselves. It's about their ego and blah 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 blah. And if you're going to hang around with them and have conversations with them, good luck, because you'll end up getting frustrated, or you're going to get really kind of depressed. Like, what's wrong with people today? And like I say, and I want to emphasize this, being depressed is absolutely a normal reaction to this insane world that's taking place right now. And I also want to emphasize that there's a great majority, I think it's a majority now, of WDs in government, and there's no accountability. There's no accountability for anything. The Supreme Court has, oh, can I say that on YouTube? Supreme Court. They have denied any justice to any cause, to all causes. Thank you, doctor. They there is no justice anymore because they will refuse to take action. Nobody's taking. You got the pelicans in power now. I can't say the real word because you know who's listening. Secrecy, secrecy. They're in power and they're doing nothing. I look in the paper, I expect to see these big, big things happening. Nothing's happening. They're all, because they're all WDs. Oh, yeah, who cared, Well, you're going to get yourself arrested. No, I'm not going to get arrested. I have this. You kind of dig what I'm saying there? I don't want to get into that because that'll upset YouTube for sure. Um, Yeah, as I say, I wanted to put this on Patreon, but I'm just starting to get used to Patreon. I'm new to Patreon, and I'm not sure really how it works, but I think I got it adjusted. So after today, I'm going to be putting deeper stuff on Patreon, much deeper, because if you put it on YouTube, you're always running the risk that they're going to kick the crap out of you, and you always run the risk of mobs, you know. How dare he say that? He's a Frankenstein. Let's go get him. And but you have to believe in yourself and don't look to others to validate your existence. I mean, just be who you are. I just want to throw that little unrelated piece of advice. Just be who you are. Oh man, I could really get into it. So, yeah, I'll stop there. Otherwise, I'll go. That video was an hour and a half, and my dog was so hungry, he kept chewing on my leg. You know, so if any of my Patreons are listening to this video, hey, it's after today. We're going to move along, and give me some ideas what you want me to kind of babble about. Anyways, I'm not here to teach you anything. I'm not here to teach you anything. I am here just to get you to think. Raise your consciousness. Ooh, that's a good subject. Yeah, maybe I'll put that on Patreon. Um, so, anyways, here I gotta wrap it up because it's gonna use up too many megs. Um, be very, very observant. That's the best thing you can do in life is to be very observant and apply logic and reason, and you'll get through life pretty good. So, the final thing to say, I don't know. What about you, Billy? Oh, he's such a dummy. Um, okay, so always be aware of this that there's not everybody in this world is not trustable, or is that a word? But there's lots of people in this world that aren't even human. They're not human. And I've got that from really, really good sources. You can be sitting down waiting for a bus, and there could be a non-human sitting right next to you, with a box of chocolates. That was the funniest movie ever. Forrest Gump. That's one of the greatest movies ever. Oh, but acting. The acting was just. Anyways, let's not get onto that. So always be observant. Even Forrest was observant. He observed a lot of things and he learned a lot of things. It's a good movie. Okay, so there you go. Before I get off subject. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening, and let me know. Let me know what you think. Do you know some WDs? Have you talked to? Have you kind of? Does it spring something into yeah, get the spark in your head going, eh? Thank you very much.